Rubick. Let's see. So, in this game, you probably just follow this Sand King around and follow up his stun, or go first and have him follow up your stun. Let's see what actually happens though. So, in this game, you should probably be pulling. Yeah, you can probably just chain pull as much as possible, and it's fine, because you have this Legion Commander. This particular camp kills the wave. So, you want to get into like a groove of harassing down, like trading some hits with whichever hero is a bit squishier. In this case, it'll be the Pugna. Try to soak a couple spells, so your safe lane doesn't have to take them, I suppose. Other than that, every time this camp is up, just pull it. Connect the pull. Because you really can't do that much in this lane, so you want to just pull as much as you can. And I'm not saying it's going to be correct every single game, but it will be in this one. Just because Legion Commander, she can sustain herself against creep with Moment of Courage. She has a stout shield, kind of high HP hero. Yeah, so the mistake here is pretty obvious. You smoke up and gank OD, but you don't have Sand King with you. So what you need to do is communicate to Sand King, hey, let's gank the OD, smoke up with me. So you wait for you either go to him and smoke up, or if he's responding to you, you just wait for him to come to you and smoke. Either way, whichever way you have to do it. That's how you get them, that you have to do that against a hero like OD. Because he just straight up killed your sniper here. And in this game, I think you mentioned in your post how to have impact with such little network. Usually when I pick Rubick, the enemy picks up something with a farming spell. But they do have a farming spell in this Nether Blast. So once you get 6, you can get the Nether Blast and farm with it. You can get Quill Spray and farm with that. Sometimes you just get hooked. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, you definitely could have had more impact on this game if you just followed the Sand King around. I think if you lift there a little bit sooner, you kill Pudge instead of Sand King dying for no reason. Let's see, what are you doing now? Just soaking XP mid, trying to get some last hits, that's fine. As Rubick versus the Sand King, you're definitely going to let him get the tome. Nice job manning up on the bristleback like that. So unfortunately you had to die. Let's see what happened there. No boots into Force Staff. Interesting. So right now you should be trying to steal, I think, either Nether Blast or Quill Spray. Now you can farm with Quill Spray, you know. So you just, as a Rubick, you just need to go around getting the bounty runes, pushing out lanes when you can, getting CS when you can, saving your W in all cases to get the last hit on the enemy, of course. Oh, it's definitely not worth having Dagger over Quill Spray. I mean, you've got it does slow for 4 seconds, but I guess it does slow for 4 seconds. So one of the main reasons that Rubick is such a good hero is the fact that you get level 6, you steal a level 4 spell, and it's like you're a level 10 hero. Definitely should have stole that cool spray. Could have stolen that cool spray and pushed out bottom with it or something like that. Get that nether blast, man. Fade Bolt Nether Blast, the creep wave, and it dies. See, this is how you farm. You get clarities, Fade Bolt Nether Blast. %10 spell amp right here as well. In a situation like this, where you got hooked because you used Fade Bolt, just keep in mind, Rubick has instant cast animation. So against a Pudge, what you want to do is cast and then move immediately, and to dodge the hook. If you do that, then you're not going to get Pudge hooked because you're casting a spell there. But at the same time, it was ambitious either way, because this, what happens if OD 4-staffs in an Astral Suit? You die. So, just showing yourself there, you're pretty much dead no matter what. You gotta be more careful. Yeah, it looks like what happened here was you just walked an unsafe way. You should have walked like this. When you're doing a smoke gank, it's best to avoid walking up a high ground, because if they're right there, then they have the advantage. Because they know that you're there, but because you get revealed, right? So they can see you, and you know that they're there, but you can't see them. So that's why it's better to not go up like this and go up here, where it's less likely that they're going to be sitting right here. I'm gonna guess that a similar thing happened right there. So, regarding your item build, the magic wand is good, the windlace is good. I don't like the bracer. I don't like the arcane boots. I think instead of arcane boots bracer, you could have urn tranquils and fare yourself clarities with every time you bring yourself items, fare yourself some clarities as well, and that'll sustain you. Having these arcane boots is just it's greedy, number one. As a 5-position support, it's really greedy to save up 900 gold in order to use your arcane, in order to have arcanes. It's less greedy with the blink, because at that point it'll probably be mid-game, and you'll have a spell that you can use to push out lanes and farm a bit faster, so you won't be neglecting any wards or sentries or smokes or dusts in some cases. They don't really have any invis heroes, so you don't have to worry about that this game. But having the sentry to de-ward them whenever you notice that they have vision is pretty important. And not having an urn on your team is a huge mistake. It's always good to have an urn on your team. Somebody always needs to buy it. The amount of sustain that it gives you is invaluable. And it gives you pretty nice stats as well. The 1 mana regen, 2 dual attributes, you know, it's a nice bonus. And the 2 armor. The 2 armor makes a really big difference when you're going from 4 to 6, because I think 6 armor is like 24%, and that's quite a nice difference from the 17. Like, it, for instance, against Quill Spray and Phantom Assassin, it might be the difference between your life and your death, that 2 armor. It might be the difference between your you getting 1 more spell off or not. Plus, it has a really nice build up on the turn. You want to have those magic drops. You want to have that Ring of Protection. You don't really want to have the Circlet, but whatever. Oh yeah, having the Astral is pretty nice because of your ability to clear creep waves with it. Yep. With the Null Field at a higher level, you can pretty much just clear waves with Astral alone, almost. I think the drums are okay here, just because nobody else on your team has a drum. And having that 20 move speed aura is pretty nice. So, Rubick, once he has Blink, is pretty versatile. You can Blink Telekinesis, it's got a pretty nice range at level 4, and you can use that to initiate, you can use that to counter-initiate, you can Blink Telekinesis, steal the spell that you want. Just keep in mind that this is instant cast time, so as soon as they use it, instant cast time, instant cast time, instant cast time. Now you have the spell that you want. Probably just could have kept running there. Yeah. Going for a Shadow Blade of all things. I think it's probably better to have a Glimmer. Just, you know, to be able to Glimmer your team if Pugna's going on them is a pretty huge deal. Right there, your team just took a bad fight under vision. Get some coffee in between this next replay. In between this replay and the next, get some coffee. Yeah. So I think the main issues in this game of Rubick that you had was you probably could have pulled a bit more in the laning stage, recognizing that Legion Commander doesn't really care about tanking creeps. In this dual lane, you couldn't really do anything. Later on, after you got a few levels, you could have just followed Sand King around and constantly smoked around the map trying to get kills. It would have been nice to be able to gank this OD a couple times with the Sand King. Once you had your boots up or whatever, I don't know. And pretty much your entire game plan should be based around following Sand King around, either having him initiate or you initiating, and just playing the game like that, because Sand King is really a hero that sets the tempo of the game, and as a Rubick, you kind of want to follow around that hero. You probably should have had Nether Blast a bit more if you wanted to farm. I think these items are too greedy. I think Drum is like too greedy to have on a support Rubick. I think Shadow Blade over having the Glimmer is a mistake. I think the arcane boots is a mistake. I think not having an urn on your team is pretty detrimental. Like, a lot of the time, Rubiks will just go like the same items that a Sand King will. Sand King, Blink, Force Staff, Yule, stuff like that. Sometimes Glimmer Cape on the Rubick. In your case, I would have liked to see an urn. But this mana boots and drum is just unnecessary. Alright, that'll be all.